Kay, we've just got Vitali Klitschko in front of us, the Mayor of Kyiv. He's going to tell us what impact this is happening on the residents of Kyiv and Ukraine, these constant, now daily attacks, being woken at 3 a.m. in the morning.
We have weeks long, every day, the Russians send their kamikaze drone and missiles to our hometown, and a lot of people killed, a lot of buildings destroyed. We have big part of people who have an injury, and yes, of course, people very angry. People very angry. It's not the war, it's genocide against Ukraine, against Ukrainian people from Russia.
Today we saw a child killed, 2 women killed. There's a lot of anger amongst the residents here about the shelter being shut. They couldn't get down to the shelter, which is near a children's clinic. There's still bodies lying out there of a child and a woman.
People go to the shelter, and the explosion was close to the shelter. Destroyed kindergarten and 3 schools, and the explosion was after 4 minutes when people listened the alarm. And right now we have an investigation, and I hope very soon we receive the clear answer. But it's our main priority. Safety right now, main priority for everyone in our hometown. And we do everything was possible to save people's lives.
The French president has said maybe there could be an end to the war if there was a negotiation with Vladimir Putin, that maybe he suggested maybe he would be exonerated from war crimes if he negotiated. What do you think of that tactic?
Which negotiation? It's the Russian. We receive a lot of information from Russia. Let's find solution. Let's find negotiation. Let's find a compromise. I guess it's not a compromise to give up the Russian big part of our country. It's not compromise. I'm more than sure we're ready to sit in the round table and talking about the future of Ukraine with one issue: if last Russian soldier left Ukraine, we're ready to sit and find a compromise. Right now it's not right time. We defend our homes, we defend our families and our children.
Okay. The key Russian leaders, like former President Dmitry Medvedev, have issued very serious threats against British officials because they call Britain a leading exponent of this war, and they're saying British officials could be key legitimate military targets. What do you make of that threat?
Yes, of course, the Russians were upset because Ukraine received a lot of support, and it's which life important for us. Thank you for anti-missile system what we receive in our hometown. They actually tonight we have 10 ballistic rockets. Everyone shut down, and the last days more than 20 kamikaze drone every day, and missiles flying direction our hometown. It's a new modern anti-missile system shut down. Russians, yes, of course, upset with that, upset with the support of Ukraine, and I want to say for British people, for British politicians, thank you very much for support, because we're fighting not just for our homeland, we're fighting for democracy, for human rights. Russia doesn't have that.
What do you make of those threats, though? Because that is likely to rattle not just British officials, but European politicians. If they're being, he's basically put a target on their backs now, wherever they are.
Listen, everyone in Ukraine is a target from Russians. Everyone who not agree with Russian is enemy from Russians. And that's why the Russians, Russian politics, terrorist politics. Do you see impact? It's a war. It's a special operation against the military. You see the 1,000 and 100,000 people already killed, civilians. Putin needs Ukraine. Without us, Ukrainians.
Okay, thank you very much, Vitali Klitschko, the Mayor of Kyiv. You can see, we just take you back and show you very briefly, Kay, this is the scene where the investigators are. That is the children's clinic that you can see. There's still bodies of a young child, 9-year-old girl. and a woman lying outside, and there's a lot of anger from everyone here, the residents here, because that shelter was shut. The shelter is below the children's clinic. A lot of anger about why that was shut, and a feeling that perhaps the security services are being complacent. Naturally, those feelings are going to be extremely aroused in the face of deaths, and yet more fear and anxiety on the streets of the capital of Ukraine.